live at Dunamis Church from the city of Logan, featuring our live studio band. This is Tonight at Dunamis. I'm Ed, and let's welcome our host, Sean Hansen.
Here we are tonight to talk life at Dunamis.
Oh, I hope you like that one, Sandra. I stretch it out just a little bit more. I asked Sandra, Ed, last week, what did she think of the show?
Yes.
She said, I liked your introduction. I said, well, when I talked, she said, no, when you walked up and did the little jig. I said, was there anything else? She says, no, that was about it. I did not do too well. So,
Yes.
honey, I hoped that looked a little bit better. I'm excited to be back again.
Yeah, it's good. Episode 2.
Episode two of season 1.
One, yes.
That in itself is a miracle.
a miracle.
It means we keep going.
Yes, it does.
Did you have any good comments?
We had a really good comment. My mum said to me, it's the best she's ever seen me.
I love it when mums encourage us. My mother also said, son, I was so happy and I loved it and I enjoyed it. I think that is great. You know what's better than getting your mother's praise?
Getting two mother's praises?
No, trying to get your son's praise.
yeah.
It has not worked.
Can't relate to
No, it's
that.
quite. Nothing's worked there. But remember, this show is because of him.
Yes, it
okay?
is.
So it came about. Yeah. Well, you know, we're still stuck in this whole coronavirus situation.
Yep.
A lot of things happening. And of course, on a serious note, we always, one life lost is one life too many. So
yes.
we do encourage you, please be respective of the rules. We're coming up to Easter. There is no going out for the drives.
Yes.
There's no going out during the holidays. We have some very strict police officers.
Very
let's
strict
say it
police
that way.
officers.
And do not get the fine.
Yes, don't get fined.
If you want to donate that money, just send it to church.
Yeah, hey,
we'll use it.
We'll use it,
So,
yeah, amen.
What, $1,300 a ticket?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, at least we can bless your offering that way. Okay, it comes in better. I did hear on the news, Ed, something
Yes.
interesting. I was going for a run with the dog. Let's just say a shuffle. And I was with the dog. It was about 3:45 in the morning, as I do.
Yes.
What time do you get up?
You know, it's at a pretty reasonable time. You know, obviously I'm up early. I'm not like one of those people who just get up at 5 minutes before they have to go to work. You know,
Okay, so what's early for you, Ed?
7 a.m.
7. Okay. So anyhow, I was listening to the Talkback Radio, as you do.
Yes.
And it's daylight saving now, so the Sydney Talkback Radio is in line with us.
Oh, nice.
Well, it changes the program a little bit. And anyhow, they said that one of the biggest concerns they have right now, seriously,
Yes.
is obesity.
Oh,
Yeah, obesity. They're saying that because people are locked down at home, they're not getting exercise, and they're buying too many of the wrong foods.
Yes.
The lollies, the M&Ms, the
KFC,
ice cream.
fast
Well, I
food.
was thinking more of sweets.
Oh, sweets, yeah.
And they're just playing games or watching us, I suppose, and they're eating the wrong food. So
Yes.
right now, if you're eating the wrong food, you should be having, well, actually nothing right now. So until tomorrow morning, there shouldn't be anything that you eat. So eat healthy.
Yes.
But I have noticed a lot more people out on the walking trails right
Yeah,
now
me
with their
too.
dogs and family. Have you noticed that?
there's almost like an obnoxious amount of people outside.
Obnoxious amount of people. Is that because you've personally been out there walking, or
Yeah,
just
I actually went for a walk yesterday.
Very good.
Since, two weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Okay, so
definitely
I
not
think
2
that
months
you
ago.
fit in the category of a little bit more exercise. Do everything legal, 2 people,
Oh, yeah, of course.
you and one other person.
Yes.
But if it's a family household, I believe you can.
Yeah,
I read this interesting article,
it's good. Reading's good.
and it says possums find religion.
Oh, that's great news.
Possums find religion. Now, I'm not talking about the American possums, which are,
Oh yeah. Ugh. Don't like them.
no,
They carry
I don't like
diseases and
those.
stuff.
No, yeah.
Ugh.
And but these are the Australian possums.
Yeah, they are.
They're cute, okay?
Very good.
Except I understand New Zealanders kill them.
Oh, well, that's not nice.
They're a pest over there, seemingly. So anyhow, there was a band of possums who'd become quite a problem with the local church. And seemingly they went to the Presbyterian church, and the Presbyterian leadership, eldership, called a meeting to decide what to do about the possum infestation.
Yes, of course.
That would have to be an official thing at the board meeting. What do we do with a possum infestation?
Yes.
So after much prayer and consideration, they concluded that the possums were predestined by God to be there.
Of course they were, yeah.
They are Calvinists.
Of course.
Calvinists.
Has to happen. Like
And they shouldn't interfere with God's divine will.
Of course.
Just let them be. Do you know how smelly possums are when
Very
they get
smelly.
out? Very smelly. We won't go there. That opens us up for an Erica joke. Okay, so we'll just leave it there. So they went along to the Baptist church, and the possums had taken an interest in the baptistry, because you know Baptists are well known for all the baptisms.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
the Baptists found that the possums had taken an interest in the baptistry.
Yep.
So the deacons met, and they decided to put in are you ready?
Yep.
A water slide on the baptistry.
Oh, that's so cool. I need to talk to Shane after this.
And the reason why is they thought that the possums would drown themselves.
Oh,
So they filled it with water, put in the water slide, that they'd drown themselves. The only
Yeah.
problem is they found that the possums liked the slide.
oh. I like
And they knew instinctively how to swim. So it ended up, they must have told their other friends, and twice as many possums gathered.
Let's come here.
I'd like to have the camera thing, whee, sliding
Yeah,
down.
yeah, that'd be so cool.
They obviously have no understanding of the coronavirus laws right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
No gatherings, no...
We should inform the police about this.
We should
soon.
inform
Yeah.
the police. Now, the Lutheran Church,
Ah, yes, Lutheran.
they decided that they were not in a position to harm any of God's creatures.
Of course. Yep.
So they humanely trapped their possums.
I like that humanely trap. I like that.
I think it just means they didn't kill them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's a
of
possum
course.
trap.
Yes.
So they humanely trapped their possums, and they did what you do with problems. They let them loose at the local Baptist church. I suppose that's what happens sometimes as pastors. We send our problems to the other parish.
Yeah. Get out
We're
of
not
here.
going to do that.
Yeah.
We'll do it for ourselves. 2 weeks later,
Yes.
the possums were back. So the Baptists took down the water slide. They didn't want them in there at all. So that's why they came back to the Lutheran church, because the Baptists took down the water slide. So
Yes,
they
yes.
said, okay, no water slide, we're moving back.
Yeah.
Now, the Anglicans tried a much more unique path.
Yeah.
Yep. By setting out pans of whiskey around their church in an effort to kill the possums with alcohol. Now,
Yes.
I
Let's do it,
stopped
let's
and
go.
thought, whiskey.
Whiskey.
Because you know, in our church,
Yes.
okay, when we have communion,
Yep.
sacraments,
Yes.
we use not the real wine.
Yeah, yeah.
We use juice.
grape juice.
We do use grape juice, Ed, we do. And I know that in the Anglicans, they might use the real wine. So
Yeah.
when I read that they put out whiskey, I was like, okay, there's another angle here I'm not sure
That's
about.
very true.
Okay.
Like a Western.
So they thought that if they put out the alcohol and let them drink it, that it would kill the possums.
Yes.
But what they learned was that the possums actually liked the whiskey, and they became drunk. Could you only imagine what would happen when a band of possums get into a drunken rampage? It would have to be something to be seen.
Oh, yeah. I definitely would not want to be there.
No. Now the Catholic Church,
Yeah, let's go to
they
Catholics.
came up with a very creative strategy. Very creative.
that's it, yeah.
They baptized all of the possums. Seeing how they like the
Yeah.
slides, they're doing that, they baptized all of the possums. But when they made the possums now official members of the church,
Yep.
they found out, like all the other good Catholics, they only turned up on Easter and Christmas. Okay. Okay, we're working on it. Okay. Now, not much was heard from the Jewish synagogue.
Ah, yes. Shalom.
Okay, shalom. Okay. They took the first possum
Yep.
and they circumcised him. As a result, they have not seen a possum since. Great to have the one and only Eric Morales with us today. He is filling in for Ian. Great to have you, Eric. How you doing?
Howdy. Oh, I'm doing well, thank you.
Doing very good. That's
Doing
good.
really well.
Looking very cool with those sunglasses on.
I can see you now.
I can see
Joe
you
cool.
now. Yeah. Okay.
You're,
well,
you're
it's
a bit
nice
blind.
to have
All
you
I hear
here.
is voices.
Feeling alive and electric.
Yeah, always.
Feeling
Yeah.
good to interact.
Very electric.
Very electric.
Yes,
And we got a
very.
special guest slot tonight with Eric.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
You know, did you know he used to be a dancer?
Really?
Yeah,
I thought he was a bricklayer.
A bricklayer.
He looks like a brickie.
Does he? He looks like a brickie. He
looks like a
does not
brickie.
look like a brickie. I can tell you that one. Okay. It was a dancer.
Yeah.
And he has become a youth pastor.
As you do as a dancer. All
Now,
dancers.
parents,
Yeah,
just
that's
hang
right.
on a minute. When I say dancer, dance instructor in the schools, okay, I'm talking about good stuff,
Yeah.
all right, hip hop sort
Yeah,
of
not
thing,
the
all
other
those things
stuff.
there. So Eric's going to be showing us later on how to keep fit during these times.
Yeah, very
Ed.
important.
I hope that you and I are into it, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We also have the lovely Melissa with us.
Of course we do.
Donnelly
Yes.
is a business. O'Brien, as we know her.
Donnelly, not O'Donnelly.
Not O'Donnelly. I have two of her sons on camera.
Yeah, we do.
And we want to make sure we get it right. So
Cooper,
Melissa
Jake.
Donnelly, not O'Donnelly.
Yes.
Correct? Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, and she'll be sharing some of the latest things. A lot of things have been happening.
Yes, some finance news.
We
yes.
also will be back again with Erica.
Yeah, Erica, let's go.
Erica from Oklahoma. Okay,
Yep.
via Reddington,
Yes.
all the way to Australia.
Good.
And she'll be sharing with us some of the latest news points that we'll be discussing.
Yes.
And of course, you have that special moment where you tell us the latest things that we can use to make life more enjoyable being
Yes.
restrained at home.
At home,
Would
yes.
that be right?
Yes.
Well, let's just take it away, Eric. It's all up to you, my friend. Okay,
Woo!
welcome
yeah,
back.
we're here on set.
Welcome back.
Let's go.
How's the new guy going?
It's all right.
Don't forget, we have a.
Oh my, are we
coronavirus.
seriously?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. Let's do the right thing. Do the right thing. Let's make it all work. So
Man.
let's do it all right. Let's do
You
it
guys
all right.
enjoying the sound of my hands rubbing together? Like a little bit of ASMR right here.
Let's move on, Ed. Okay. So lasagna hands. Is that right? You make a
Yes.
lot of lasagna.
Si.
See.
Si, senor.
Okay. Of course, we do pray seriously for Italy.
Italy, yeah,
One
wow.
thing there.
That
and
is-
Spain
Yes, Spain, yes.
and the United States is
Yes.
just huge amounts of area.
It is intense what's happening over there.
Are they seriously still saying that it should be over by the 30th of April?
I would. It would be a miracle if it got all eradicated by then. I don't think it's going to happen.
I like miracles.
Miracles are fun.
I like miracles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of preachers prophesying it. So I'm just praying just for God's favor and strength
Yes.
and blessing and safety. Is that
Yes.
right? All right. Well, Ed, you have the tech news with us, and we're going to discuss the subject of entertainment. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah, we are.
Streaming services.
Yes. So one thing that will help you not go stir crazy at home, because you don't want to go that insane. I mean, we're all probably a little bit insane, maybe a little bit radical.
There's
But
a little bit of stir
little
craziness
bit-
going on.
yes, so we don't want you to help compensate with that. It's good to distract yourself, distract your mind, watch something, get a bit of information into your body. So, and one way you can do that is that streaming services are doing a lot right now. When I mean streaming services, I'm talking about like your Netflix, your Disney Plus, your Stan, even Foxtel now. They're cutting a lot of deals and are making their services a lot more available to the public right now.
Do you know of any good deals?
So right now we got Disney Plus. They're doing a 7-day trial. Netflix is doing 1 month for free as a free trial.
Yeah.
Same with Stan, 1 month for free, and the service is good. I mean, they have all local service here in Australia. So it's not this weird like we're importing streams from America and we're getting all these low quality stuff. It's really good, and there's a lot of good shows all across the board. Netflix, Stan, Disney Plus, even Foxtel now. I was surprised that you can get Foxtel without a box. Like you need to obviously have good internet to be able to do it. But you can like get a basic Foxtel package streamed to your house.
Is
You don't
that
even
right?
need the box now. Yeah.
Well, it's a month free.
It's a month free, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you could decide what to do after that.
Yeah, if you want to keep paying for it.
I hope they don't
Yeah.
jack the prices up after the month free.
Yeah, I
is
hope
it?
they don't
So
either.
Keep going there. So you can streamline this, you said, through your...
For your own, as long as you, this is all assuming you have internet. If you don't have internet, you can't obviously watch this.
Well, actually, you can.
Well, yeah, if you got 4G. If you got like a 4G dongle.
Well, through your phone.
Through your phone,
But it
yes.
does drain a lot of it, doesn't it?
It does drain a lot. But I've heard that Telstra, Optus, they are giving additional data for free to their customers. All you need to do is log on to their website and say, yeah, give me that free data. It's really weird you gotta log on and say, give me the free data. They should just automatically give it out. But you
So
just
let
go
me get
on.
it right. You've
Yes.
got to request it.
You just go into your app on the website, you log in with your account. Normally it's like just your phone number.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to do it through the app. And if you do it on the app, it will detect your SIM card and actually just be like, oh, we know who you are. We can read your SIM card. It's tied to your personal account. You don't have to log in. And then you just say you want it and you get the data.
So right here, through the magic of television,
Yes.
we have the Netflix picture.
Yeah, we do.
We have the Stan picture.
Yes.
We have the Foxtel picture.
Foxtel now, yes.
And we have the
Disney Plus.
Now, the Disney Plus,
Yes.
though, it only goes to your tablets, right?
No. You got Disney Plus on smartphone, on tablet, television.
But how do you get
and
on the
desktop.
television, because that doesn't have that Like when I go onto...
Oh, so it's only available on like the latest smart TVs, but if you have like a console, for example, like I was able to watch The Mandalorian through my gaming console to PlayStation 4. I just downloaded the app onto my gaming console and I was able to watch it, which if you're looking for something to watch, that's a very good TV show. It's great.
What's it called?
The Mandalorian on Disney+.
What's that?
It is a bounty hunter going on a mission. It's a very entertaining.
Age group?
I would say it's rated PG.
Okay.
Like kids could watch it, but I'd say it's more targeted towards like our generation, a little bit more older.
Did you say our generation?
Well, I'm not saying that to be mean.
Well, I mean, not to be mean.
Oh, sorry, not to be.
I mean, you're not insulting me, Ed. You're probably insulting yourself. I'm 57. How
Well,
old are you?
25.
25. And single, by the way. Okay, single.
Well, I'm just saying that because you most
He cooks a great lasagna, girls.
Yeah, see, I do. Because you would have seen episode 4 in the cinema, right? Did you go see Star Wars in the cinema back in the day? You know, when the dinosaurs were walking around?
Okay, Ed. It's in these moments I really wonder, is his value that high? But anyhow, we will move along in these areas.
So one recommendation I do have for
Yeah.
people who do get streaming services,
Yeah.
I would recommend, if you want to save money, only get one of them each month. So because you can do month to month, and it's the same price whether you just want to keep going or do month to month. So for example, what I do is I have a Stan account, I have a Netflix account, and I have a Disney Plus account. But I'm currently only paying for Stan right now.
I'd say. Okay.
Yeah, you see, instead of me paying for Stan, Disney Plus, and Netflix, I'm currently watching one show that I'm really interested on Stan right now. Okay. And once that's done, I'm going to cancel that membership and then hop onto a different streaming service if there are shows I'm interested in. You can do that,
go off and on.
Yeah, you can go off and on. There's no cancellation fees, there's no sign-up fees. There's no joining fees. I mean, like you get a month for free, that's pretty cool.
And what about that Apple TV?
Yes, the Apple TV, I think there is a new model, the Apple TV Plus. And that basically, like when we went over the Chromecast last week, that will turn your dumb TV into a smart TV. Yeah. And if you have an Apple phone, you can essentially turn your TV into a second screen or put your phone on the screen.
So that new Apple TV Plus, will that have the icon for Disney now?
Yeah, it'll have all the updated apps.
Because in my, I got the older, like the years, the first one that came out.
Whoa.
So,
it was
I mean,
like
it had
in the 80s,
Netflix.
right?
Yeah, whatever, Ed. I keep reminding myself. I won't tell you. Okay, so in that icon, it had Netflix, but I don't need that on there anymore because I can just do it through Foxtel.
Yeah, through Foxtel, through Chromecast.
Well, no, I just do it for Foxtel in that area there. But what I'm saying is, will the new Apple gadget have the Disney Plus on it?
It'll have Disney Plus.
How much does Disney Plus cost?
It is... I know the American price is $10 a month, but because of the fluctuation in the Australian dollar, it's sitting somewhere between $16 to $14 a month here.
Yeah. Anyhow, so these things are available, okay, and which makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, you shouldn't go too stir crazy at home, but I reckon, if you ever need tips on what to watch, you can always contact me and I'll point you in the right direction on what you could watch.
You'll actually help out.
I'll help out. You know what? Why not? I'll help out. If you want something interesting to watch, let me know.
At every show we try to do, and there's only been 2 shows, really only one, I try to give you something on the latest things.
Yes.
So I figured I would find something, and I put it in the cupboard here. So
what's it going to be this time?
Well, I figured this might work for you, Ed. Okay, it's a possum.
A possum!
Okay, so I figured going on here that
is this the possum that went to the rabbi?
Oh. Okay, we won't go there. Okay, so Eric, this is time for you to take it away, my friend. Let's hear you sing.
Take me back to the sweet times, the hot nights. Everything's gonna be alright in the summertime. Oh, baby, in the summertime. Don't care, no. Just wanna have you there in the summertime. Oh, baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
She's a great cook, and we're not talking about food. It's Melissa!
Whoa, hello, Melissa. Before we start, let's be proper.
This is the worst
This
running
is our
gag
new
we have.
handshake of introduction now. It's about wiping our hands, sanitize our hands. You must be very proud having 2 of your sons here today.
I am. Hi, son.
So we have Cooper.
Yes.
And we have Jake.
Jake, yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Jack got kicked out or something. He's the younger brother, so
Yes.
told
having a break.
He's having a break.
Yeah.
From me, from you, or from us?
Just not all of the above.
Okay. So whatever it is, it is. And
No, he's good.
we have the possum joining us right now. So he's the Pentecostal possum.
Hello, possum.
Watch out, he might lay his paws on
Maybe
you.
I should be moving over.
Okay, yes, comes in. All right, it's great to have you. A lot
Thank
of
you for
people found
having
it
me.
very informative about last week.
Yes.
Did you have much interaction with anybody?
I did. Lots of feedback. People liked the information. Very informative.
Was there any particular information that stood out?
Particularly business. Yes, business people wanting to know what's available for them.
Now, on the fact sheets,
Yes.
okay, we did put it out, but I think we did it just on our private closed group.
Yes.
And I think our audience, I hope, is a bit broader than that.
Yes.
So
yes.
can we release that on our
so
other pages?
This afternoon, I made it available on our on my business, and then you can share it.
All right, so it's hard to stay up to date with what's happening
It
because it
is.
seems like news is always changing.
Yeah.
So first of all, without going into details, let's recap the headlines that we talked about last week.
Sure.
One,
The JobKeeper payment was made available.
Okay.
So
Two.
we also talked about Job Seeker and the coronavirus supplement if you're unemployed.
three,
We also talked about government interest-free loans available through the state government.
yep.
Yep, for business. And there was also other small things for individuals if you want to get access to your superannuation, if you're on job seeker payments, or even just supplements that the Centrelink is offering.
So just as a heading on those 4 or 5 things,
Yep.
have any of those things changed or been adjusted?
Nothing has changed.
Nothing
no.
has changed.
And nothing has actually come through. So I want to encourage everybody as well, if you're getting impatient or wondering if anything's happening, especially with the Centrelink things, don't grow impatient because everybody's in the same position. Centrelink hasn't contacted anyone that I'm aware of. Everybody's still in the wait. Payments aren't coming through probably till mid-April to the end of April. Yeah.
Mid-April to the end of April.
Yep, is
Okay,
when the
so
payments will
what
start
can
coming
they
through.
expect to come through in mid-April?
By mid-April, you should start to hear from Centrelink if you've claimed for job seeker payments. They should start coming through by mid-April.
And how much is the job seeker payment?
Depends on your circumstances.
I thought it was about $550.
So there's a $550 coronavirus supplement, which every job seeker is entitled to. And then
Is that a
also-
one-off or fortnightly?
That's
or
fortnightly.
Fortnightly, okay.
Yeah, for 6 months.
Is that on top of the unemployment?
It is. Yes.
Well, that
Yeah.
could be
Could be
quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it depends on your partner, if you have a partner, if you're single, what you if you have
And
rent.
the
all of those things.
interest-free loans that is being made available to businesses,
Yes.
has that been released yet?
That has, yes, and funds have started to come through. Well, loans have started to be approved, so funds
Right.
haven't come through yet, but loans are starting to be assessed and approved.
So if you were approved, let's say as
Yep.
a business,
Yep.
let's say today,
Yep.
you were approved, so you did
Yep.
the final signing today, sent
Yep.
it in there. How long before you think the money?
Funds are available within 5 business days.
Okay, so if you did it like this week, by next week,
by
close
next
it
week
out.
we would have those
Okay,
monies.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other one, which was for staffing. or
Job
whatever?
keeper payment. So they're only taking registrations as of now because as we speak today, Wednesday, it's being passed through Parliament.
Right.
So that's when we'll find out the finer details. So that's obviously it is going to happen. It is for sure, but they're just putting it through Parliament to fine tune and
I
and
couldn't
get the
think.
details.
I wouldn't think the opposition would try to stand in
They're
the way. In
definitely
fact,
not.
the only thing I think
Yep.
that the opposition wanted was to extend it to a greater area.
Exactly. Yes.
I
yes.
even heard that the opposition, wanted backpackers and others to be able to get it.
Yes.
I know they wanted casuals, and
Yes.
because casuals are
Casuals
missing out.
that have been employed for less than 12 months. So casuals, if you've been employed for more than 12 months, you're entitled
You're
to
covered.
it. But they were trying to broaden it to include
Did I
less-
read correctly where they said approximately if they don't broaden that for those under a year, it's like 200,000 people, something like
Yes.
that, would miss out. Would
Yes,
that be correct?
That's correct. Yes, it's a broad amount.
What
Yeah.
new news is there,
Okay.
if there is any?
So we have last week we spoke about rentals and both commercial and residential.
Actually, we were kind of prophetic then,
We
weren't
were.
we? Saying
Yes, someone's
surely
gotta step in.
something's got to be done
Yes,
here.
yes.
Okay, and something has
So-
happened since last
yes,
week.
well, on a state level.
Yeah.
So the Queensland government have
Yeah,
come
Queensland.
forward and said that Anastasia Palaszczuk has said she's going to recall Parliament to address the issue, which I'm not sure that hasn't happened yet.
How will they space them out? Is it
Yes.
like a shorter amount of people? Are they
I
going to keep
think
their
so.
distance?
I
They
think
just keep
so.
the opposition out.
Okay. Thanks, Ed. Okay. Speaking of opposition, no. Okay, we'll move on there. Go ahead. Yeah.
And so they're going to recall it because they need to be able. It needs to be more detailed as to the rights for renters and landlords alike. There is, though, they have announced that there's an emergency rental assistance payment for people that are struggling if they've been made unemployed and cannot afford their rent. You can apply for a rental assistance, which is $500 a week for up to 4 weeks.
So it's $2,000.
$2,000, and that's been the time frame of that's been chosen to. Because this month of April is kind of when everyone's waiting. So we're
Right.
waiting for funds to come through.
Right.
So to help people get through this period of time, through this month, that's why it's $500 for 4 weeks.
Do you think that'll be reviewed later on or left?
I think
or?
once the JobKeeper payments start coming through, people should start to recover financially and the
Well, I
rent
mean, like,
shouldn't-
it's what I said to you last week, which I don't quite understand, where they've told banks to suspend repayments
yeah.
and other so-called related debts.
Yeah.
But when it comes to rentals, it seems
Yes.
like they're in a bit of a rock and a hard place.
Yes.
And
Yes.
because those who own the properties,
Are getting
a lot of them are not budging.
That's right, yes. So last week we spoke and the Prime Minister was encouraging renters, landlords and banks to be in open communication to try and sort it out amongst themselves. But just yesterday, the National Cabinet met again and they've put it back in, they will be announcing a mandatory Australian tenancy code that's coming and also putting it back on the states that they need to introduce a rental code.
I mean, I'm trying to look at both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Exactly.
let's say, for example, you own a home,
Yes.
but there is no bank debt on it. So you use your superannuation to buy this home. Let's say you only have one.
Yep.
Okay. Now you rent it out.
Yes.
Okay. And what you receive, and let's be modest, let's say it's just $350 a week.
Yep.
Okay. Just nothing elaborate. Townhouse, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. You get $350 a week. Now you own it outright.
Yep.
It was paid for by your super. You've retired.
Yep.
And so it supplements you.
Yes.
And the government said that they can't be evicted for like 6 months.
Yep.
Okay. They stopped paying rent.
Yep.
So, but they're dependent on it.
That's right.
So can
And there
they
still are
claim any
expenses
money
too.
themselves from the government to carry them through? Can they get the job seeker or something else? Because Charlie here's, I don't mean you, Charlie, really, Charlie, okay, but I mean, whoever here is not paying rent.
Yes.
There's no bank loan to say, hey, bank, don't charge me.
That's right.
They own it.
It's
It's
a passive
investment.
income.
So,
Yeah.
what did you call it?
A passive income. So
A
it's
passive income.
Yeah.
So, how does this work out in balance?
Yes, exactly. And I think there's still expenses that those landlords have
Well,
as
there's
well.
rates,
There's
there's
insurance. Yeah.
Insurance.
Exactly. Any maintenance.
You know, maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So
are they going to drop the corporate? You know, the group body.
body corporate.
Body corporate things. I mean, someone's got to
Yeah,
pay for these things.
Exactly. So the states have introduced leniency on land tax. So that is one less if that's applicable. But yes, you're right. They still have those expenses.
Well, I mean, the local
And if it's
council's
their
not
income.
skipping rates,
No, that's right.
and the electricity's saying give you $200. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, $200? I mean,
Yeah.
that might have some. So I mean, like, it seems like they're asking, you know, us to give a lot, but they need to be doing
That's
things
it.
too. I mean,
Exactly.
why can't council suspend rates for 2 quarters?
Yep. Exactly.
Why can't they cut electricity?
Yes.
You know, and wear
More than
that.
200,
You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
I mean, like, seriously, I
Yes.
mean, if you're going to ask everyone to dig in, it has to be across the board,
Exactly.
don't you think?
Consistent across the whole thing. Yeah,
Hey, look,
exactly.
they need their money so they can go play golf. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Only 2 people allowed to play golf.
That's
Ed.
true, that's true,
Only
that's true.
one in a car.
Yeah.
Okay. But let me ask you, if there's any government people watching, you know, I'm not having a go at you. You might think I'm having a go at you. I'm not. I'm just saying, look at the broader picture because
Yes.
people are really hurting out
Yes.
there.
Big
Every
time.
week, like I'm hearing more this week. Just today before I came on, I heard of someone who's very close to me just sent me a message they got laid off. Okay, so it's happening. I don't understand all the rules. Like I had to go over for an essential thing at the shopping centre and I was Pastor Shane, and we're going over there. We had to get stuff for the church, so it's essential. I'm allowed to do that. But as I was walking through the mall, now I'd say 90% of the shops were closed,
Yeah.
but there are other shops open.
Yep.
So how are you allowed to go in these other shops that aren't essential, that are open?
Yep.
Would I get a ticket for going in a non-essential shop?
And just having a browse. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't fully understand it. And
yeah.
yeah, this might be for later on with Erica, but we'll go on
Okay.
there. Okay, anything else to throw
I just
in?
have one more, and that is that there was an early childhood education and care relief package introduced last week, giving people access to free childcare.
Right.
Especially for those in essential services in there still working, they need childcare, so it's
I think
for
they
free.
get priority on spaces, but
Yes.
it's open to whoever.
Yes, and the government's subsidising that. And
So,
also,
so does that mean then that the childcare worker is being paid by the government?
the childcare worker will get paid from their employer, and the childcare provider is the one being paid
So
from
what
the
the
government.
parents would normally pay comes from the government, and then
exactly.
so it's
Yes.
actually keeping the childcare workers
And
employed.
keeping those businesses functioning. Yes, yes. And they're also waiving gap fees for childcare. So if you aren't sending your child, you're not having to pay those gap fees. The
So
government's
that's
waiving
positive.
those. Yes.
You know, it's
yeah.
going to create some habits, Ed, that in the next, if it is 6 months, to where people are going to expect this, it's going to be hard to get rid of all the government handouts when
Yeah, I
people
know,
become
right?
so accustomed.
So, yes.
Well, Melissa, that is extremely informative, and I look
Very good.
forward to hearing back from you next week on
Yes.
exactly what happens and see what your prophetic insight
Yes.
is on everything. Well, we're going to go to something different this time, Ed. We're going to throw to a commercial.
A very special
A
commercial.
special commercial.
Yeah.
In fact, we'd even tell our people out there if they want to do a commercial on our program, let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know. That could be very interesting. Melissa Accountancy's commercial. Donnelly, whatever it is there. So we're going to do a special thing and come back with the one and only Eric Morales on how to keep fit and active during this coronavirus. Let's go to that
Stay
commercial.
tuned. Yo, everyone, it's your boy Ed from Dunamis Church, and I'm here to tell you about our amazing Good Friday service because it's happening this Friday at 9 a.m. We will be broadcasting our Good Friday service from church to our Facebook page and YouTube. Make sure you don't miss out on this amazing service, guys.
Welcome back. And remember, it is tonight at Dunamis.
Dunamis.
Eric Morales is with us. Eric, as is the custom.
Oh, this gag.
Yeah, I'm glad we have
Make
this.
sure we do this. Yes, I'm glad we have this too. Okay, because that's our formal greeting.
Sounds good.
Hey, yeah, good.
High five.
Good. Okay, great. All right. Very
felt
good.
that.
Now, Eric, you are going to do a special fitness segment for us.
Yeah, I'm going to do a thing.
And your qualifications are?
Dance.
Dance.
Just dance.
Dance. So we don't mean like, you know, any bad dance, but we mean like
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah, nothing bad.
So what sort of dance did you teach? Or who did you teach, first of all?
Well, I taught, my main people that I taught were students in schools.
Students in schools, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
So that varies-
primary, high school?
Yeah, primary to high school.
Right. And
And,
how long did you do that for?
I did that for 10 to 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so,
Wow. Are you that old?
yeah,
Yeah, he's in his late 30s.
the dinosaurs are something that I got to witness.
Did you leave or get pushed?
Well, I survived the flood. That's
You
all I'm saying.
survived
Yeah.
the flood. Okay.
Yeah.
Survived the flood. So what sort of dance? Are we talking about waltzes and that sort of stuff?
Well, actually, yes, I did do waltz.
I remember I was in grade 7. Grade 7 was the best
Okay.
5 years of my life, okay? But I remember grade 7. I think out of all my school, grade 7 was my most favorite year.
Why is that?
I still don't know, but it was just my most favorite.
Because he dropped out then.
Yeah.
You dropped out.
It was my no. I lasted the end of grade 10.
Oh,
I was at
Yeah.
Kingston Primary School.
I thought you were at Woodridge.
okay.
That's high school, Ed. Okay. I was at Kingston Primary School, and I was in the grade 1 was in the original old one, not the one now, the old original one, and I was there. I got to see the man walk on the moon. I went. A friend of mine, his dad was the headmaster, so I got to go and I remember it
You mean the man walk on the set?
on the moon. Yes.
Yeah, the moon set.
No, Shane Weaver's not here today. Okay, we're moving on this area. All right. Between Eric and the world flat and Shane and the moon, I tell you, I got my hands full. Praise God to all God. What the heck? Okay, so moving along. Shane's going to love this, okay? Shane's going to love this. Don't let them know. It's all in the studio. Yeah, bro, no ways. Yeah, no ways. Good on you, Shane. Good on you.
You never know.
May you prosper. Okay, so anyhow, so we got to move to the new school in grade 2, which is still the same school there, and which was in the 60s. And so I went for primary school there. And high school, Ed was correct. I went to Woodridge High School. Yeah, in the 70s. Cool. And the school had only newly opened. And my mum, oh, how silly my mum was. Yeah. She said I could pick my own high school.
Ooh.
And there were only 3 high schools available.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There was Beanley High.
Yep.
And at that high school, in those days, Ed, you had to wear a tie and a hat.
I had to wear a tie at high school, not a hat.
Did you go to private school?
No, I went to public school. I had to wear a tie in my senior years.
I'm talking about from grade 8 onwards.
Oh.
It was a tie and a hat. If I went to Sunnybank, which is the other close one, it was just a tie.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Did you like wearing a tie or?
I picked Woodridge High School.
Oh, okay.
It just started. And it was the first school where there was no hat, no tie, and the shirts were not tucked in. They were hanger-out shirts like they are now.
Hey, that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Oh boy, was that a tough decision. Okay, so that's what happened. I picked it for the clothing, all right?
I'm scared looking at this thing.
The possum?
Yeah, just...
I was really hoping to intimidate Ed, but anyhow, we'll move along there. It is a Pentecostal one. Look out, all right, so it comes in there. So anyhow, let's get back to the point.
Yes.
So, but what sort of music did you teach your kids predominantly?
Hip-hop mainly, yeah.
Hip-hop?
Yep, hippity-hop.
My only... who was that guy who did hip-hop years gone by? I think he even claimed to be a Christian or something. MC Hammer?
MC Hammer.
Was he hip-hop?
Yeah, he was. He was...
I was never into his music, but I do remember a funny story. I wonder if Roxy Taru's watching. Roxana, are you watching?
Roxy.
I remember some years back, we were in Hong Kong, and there was Sandra, myself, little Josiah then, and Roxy and Gabriel. Jacinta didn't come. And we were staying in Kowloon in Hong Kong, and they'd gone out to the markets or something, and Roxy got the most unusual pants. Do you remember that, Roxy? The pants, I want to say in a polite way, were like MC Hammer pants. You know, he had those real baggy pants where it seems like the crotch came all the way past the knees. Do you?
Yeah, like very low. It was a trend, wasn't it, back in the...
It was a trend I was never into, but Roxy did the trend really well.
Oh, it was like a 50s trend.
She is trendy, she is trendy.
She is.
Anyhow, we'll move along.
Fashion.
So, we're not doing MC Hammer, are we?
I think we should. First
of all, just show me some moves, because people are stuck in the homes, and they want to be able to do something to keep fit and to keep moving rather than just watching TV.
Yep.
And so, what's something that you would teach them, or show me something that you would do?
Well, you got to start off. It's all about the feet. I think
it's all about the feet. Okay.
We could do a lot.
That makes sense. Okay, it's all about the feet.
Well, yeah, in dance, I think it's super important to know how to move these guys. And I hear people say, I've got 2 left feet, 2 right feet.
Excuse me. I got 3 left feet, okay?
I know. All right, well, everyone can learn. Now, something that I'll teach with footwork is kind of like a top rock or an up rock. This is like a b-boy thing, like breakdance. And we would do a move called the salsa rock. And all it is like a kick and a tap, kick and a tap, kick and a tap. Now, we might even take that to the floor, like bring it down here, pin drop.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, hit a pose. Yo, what's up? But kids, they learn quick. Kids learn quick. And I think adults
Do you think it's because they're learning ability or they're more agile?
I think they're not afraid to make a fool of themselves, so they'll try.
Well, it's not that I'm afraid of making a fool of myself.
No, that's right.
It's just I'm afraid my joints won't work. Why don't we give it a go?
Let's try it out, all right? Hey, I think we can do this.
Okay.
We can do this. We believe in God.
I'm going to do a Mr. Rogers right now.
All right. Oh.
Okay, this is Mr. Rogers.
Jacket's coming off.
Taking off the jacket.
Getting serious.
Taking off the jacket.
I've got nothing to take off, but I might actually
please keep your shirt on.
Put something on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting back into my
Now,
mood.
the first thing I notice is that your body looks like it's made for agility.
Hey.
Okay?
1.5 meters.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. You didn't see anything. Yeah, well,
Sanitize.
that's all right. Might take that all the way up to the arm, actually.
1.5 meters, of course. Thanks, Ed.
Safety
All right.
first. So what we're doing, all right, the hammer dance, can you say the running man? The running man.
The running man.
The running man. You know, you got to stay fit at home. So this is like we're on a treadmill. So there's 2 steps, all right? I can only count to 2, so that's good. Two steps. The first step is leg up. No, we're not going to go marching. We're going to jump like this. 2. That's your second step. Just like that. Good.
I can do that.
Let's try that again.
I'm praying this is as deep as it gets, Ed.
Yeah.
So
that's 1 and 2. Wow. All right.
Okay.
3.
Do I look
and
cool?
4.
Oh, be quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2. All right. That's good. I can handle that.
Now, we could count to 3 and 4, or you could just count to 1 and 2 again. So let's count to 1 and 2 again.
Okay, ready?
So the next 1 and 2.
1, 2. That's it, right?
And then 1.
Oh, there's more.
Yep. The other leg.
You know, you got my marker stuck on the bottom of your shoe.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's my. Don't eat that. I mean, that's my marker. Okay. So we're changing legs.
Yep.
I'm not as good on the other leg because I broke this ankle.
Now jump.
What?
Good.
Hey, look
Now
at that.
it doesn't feel like the move when you do it in broken motion, so we have to put
Feels like a lot of movement for me right now.
I think it's harder doing it slow because you need more balance. So you need to understand the move. So that's it. We've got the 1 and the 2, the 1 and the 2. Let's try that again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. We go 1, 2. Now switch. Left leg, 1, 2. Yeah, you kind of combined 1 and 2 together.
Okay.
It was like woo.
All right. Okay. Let's try it again.
Let's speed it up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah!
All right. Come on, give it a hand.
All right.
But if you want to take it to the treadmill, this is it fast, all right? So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Come on, get on that treadmill.
Do that Irish stand. Okay.
All right, get out of here.
All right.
Well done. Hey.
Why don't we just, thank you very much, Eric. Why don't we just move straight to a commercial right now? Thank you, Eric. It's been great having you.
Oh, no worries.
Let's go to that commercial.
This Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, there are 2 services, 9 a.m. service and the 6 p.m. service, which is Faith in Action. That'll be streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Oh, it's just ceiling. Anyway, it's Erica Lucha!
Erica!
Woo!
Erica, a.k.a. Oklahoma, via Reddington.
Technically, it's Reading.
Reading.
Yes.
Where did I get Reddington from?
I don't know, but it started last week.
Okay, like O'Donoghue. Yeah. Erica, a.k.a. Oklahoma, via Reading.
Yes.
And over, down under to Oz. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice to have you back. Let's greet each other.
Yes.
Okay, greeting
most
is
proper
on.
way.
Greeting is on. I blew it with Eric there for a minute, but trying to get it right, so.
That's okay. He
Comes and
hand
goes.
sanitized his arm, so it was fine.
This is worth a lot of money, you know.
It's true.
I went to the supermarket on Monday, get some groceries with my beautiful wife. It's about 7:45 a.m. in the morning, close to 8. As I was walking in, I saw an older lady going by with not 1, not 2, but 3 cans of Glen 20.
And she was allowed to get that many.
That's what I thought. How did she get 3 cans of Glen 20? I kind of wanted to get one.
So you did?
No, I mean, off her, no.
No.
But it's like, this is a true story.
I know.
So I went in and I looked down the aisle and I could not find any. I went back a second time and it was turned around and pushed at the back. So maybe someone had planned to come back on some sort of limit.
Doing some dirty.
So I got it.
Hey.
Got it. I got 1 can.
You can sanitize your home now.
I can spray it. There's still no sanitizer though.
Yep, exactly.
So weird times, Erica. Weird times. Now you are my wife's favorite, okay? And she loves your segment.
Oh, man.
Tells me all the time.
Aren't you married to your wife?
Yes,
And yeah.
happily married, 37 years. It'll be 38, Ed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's always news headlines.
Yes.
There's always something happening.
Yes.
So, what do you have as a headline?
Well,
Harley Davidson, not Harvey.
right. We'll see how we go today.
Yes.
But one thing that I actually have to clarify this week that they have further clarified and changed since last week is that actually 2 people are allowed to go to someone else's household as long as they are known to said household. So it could be a close friend or a relative or one of each can come and visit your house now.
And because we did say last week, the ruling was probably a little bit.
It was, well, they said only one, but it was ambiguous and not very clarified.
No.
And then the Queensland Police
Deputy Police Commissioner said they're not prosecuting anybody.
they weren't going to enforce because there wasn't enough details. But it has been further clarified now.
I do find it frustrating because I posted something on Tuesday about how in each state or territory of Australia, there's different lists of what you can or can't do, depending where you are.
Yes.
And I was concerned, like in Victoria, I understand Victoria are the quickest to hand out their tickets right now. And there was a mother taking her daughter out to learn driving. And a police officer, female officer, pulled them over and booked them. I think it was $800 each for being out without a valid reason.
When I was researching the news today, I found out they actually rescinded the fine, though.
They have rescinded it.
Oh,
so
good.
you researched that on Tuesday, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so they had rescinded it. And I think that's a great move. I do, and I respect the police, and I think the police do an incredible job, and they've got to be under a lot of stress.
Yes.
A lot of stress, and I think of them. And there's a lot of people who are doing crazy things. Like I read this last week, there was a bunch of people at the Rochdale Brickworks doing what they do, burnouts and everything else.
Yes.
I actually heard there was someone from our own church was there, okay? They got away seemingly.
Yeah.
Awkward. I hope they weren't wearing a special T-shirt saying hogs and bulls or something, okay? So that would be awkward, wouldn't it? Okay. But the fact of the matter is seemingly he didn't get caught. But they gave out, I think, like 57 citations, 58, $1,000 something or $1,300 a pop. They made like $70-something thousand that night in tickets.
We are in the wrong
as
industry.
soon as they actually pay for it. We'll see how that part goes.
Yeah, well, look, on something like that, I understand and I support that, okay? And I support that, I understand. But what I don't understand is it just me? It's like, I read in the area that says, like, if your exercise is surfing or swimming, go do it. So if you live in Logan City, where do you go if your exercise is surfing? It's not like you just said, oh, I'm going to go buy a board now because I can do that, but this is something you've been doing. And so now the Gold Coast is angry that people from Logan City and others are coming down. But if that is your sport and you've always done it, now they're blocking them from doing it.
Yeah.
But technically, doesn't the law say that if it's your sport, like what do you do if you play golf? You're allowed to play golf, assuming it's a sport.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just set up some mini golf in your backyard? Isn't that the same?
No, because you're not walking, you're not exercising, Ed. That's it. I could just see Ed driving his backyard of a golf cart.
I'll do burnouts in the backyard.
Yeah, I know. I could see that. Seriously, that's what makes it sad. Okay, I can see it. But I just find inconsistency. I support the laws. I believe in obeying the laws. I sometimes think that it would have been better to say to that lady and her daughter, look, it's not acceptable, go home. And they're law-abiding people.
Yeah.
I've also noticed a lot more aggressive people on the road right now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, I've seen more aggression on the road with speeders and cutting in and doing that because I see less police on the road. I think they're so busy on the borders, they're busy on the hotels, keeping in the area there. And I mean, obviously they're undermanned or underwoman.
It's been really good. I've just been speeding everywhere, not getting caught. It's been great.
Okay. Ed, you could better spend your money donating it here, okay?
Oh, of course I
than
do.
going there.
It's okay.
If you want to give the money away, help us out,
There you
okay?
go.
It works so good. Let's get back to it, Erica.
Yes,
What else do
yes.
you have as news?
So, Woolworths CEO reveals the 2 new products shoppers are bulk buying. Do you know what they are?
Well, let's see. We've had toilet roll was first,
Yeah.
I thought. Sanitizers,
Yes.
wipes. Then it was pasta. And then I thought it was meat. They went crazy on meat.
Yeah, so there's 2 new things.
2 new things.
Oh,
Careful,
hang on,
show
hang
me
on.
2, would
Hang
you?
on.
Okay.
Yes.
We should
Oh,
guess.
yes. Oh.
What do you think it is, Sean?
What do I think
it is?
it is?
What do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
One guess. What do you think?
You know, really, I hope it's not something I like to use personally. You know what I mean? So,
Salami. I'm saying salami.
Salami. That
Yeah.
comes under
We had
meat.
pasta now. Oh, yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah, I said meat. Okay.
So it is cleaning supplies and cake mixes. And I've heard the stipulation that people think
Cleaning
it's,
supplies.
Yes. People think it's because parents are home with their kids more now, so they need more to do. And also to make their houses
But
cleaner.
cake mix?
Well, because it's the kids are home, so they're getting them to make cakes and do things. Doesn't that make sense?
Is that the point of kids, just to get them to do stuff? Like, is that
Well,
why
yes,
people
you-
have
you
kids?
have to-
Not
that-
to like prolong life, but more to just, oh, go take the rubbish out.
Now, Ed,
Yeah.
remember, you are single.
Yeah, I am.
If you want to remain single,
Yes.
keep talking like that, okay? Because the future is being able to be
Hey,
married
look,
with
I
kids.
talk like that. I don't talk like that. I'm still single. So,
You want to get married,
Yeah, I do.
okay? I want him married, please, okay?
two
So
people.
comes along there. All right, so
So I have one bummer headline.
okay.
It is that valuable items are losing value because of how expensive and impractical they are in this season. So one example is...
does that mean I can get it more affordable?
Potentially.
Oh, okay.
I hope so.
But what
for some
is
things.
what's valuable to one is not valuable. This is now valuable. Sanitizer.
Very true.
So I have one example. For instance, a $12,000 Rolex Submariner, excuse me, has decreased in value
Harvey
to $8,000.
No
but
way.
Omega watches seem to be holding their value at this time.
Wow, wow. If only I had a watch, okay? I'm watchless in Logan.
Yes, clearly that was
That's
a
a
joke.
good pun. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
guessed it. I
Sorry.
guessed it.
It wasn't as good as the last one.
No.
So apparently, for some coronavirus stockpiling news, an Adelaide man hoards 5,400 toilet paper rolls. And this man has reportedly been banned from selling his stash online is now trying to offload to supermarkets.
What the heck?
At a discounted rate?
I don't know. That's all they gave
the
me. That's all they
Did
gave
they
me.
do anything for churches?
Ooh, I could try and contact the man.
Does he live local?
No, it's Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Maybe Shane can drive
Rodney
the truck and
Klemenoff,
go get
the
him.
Crows. Okay, keep it in Adelaide, I'd say.
Yeah,
Too
we don't want
expensive.
cross-contamination, so.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
want the Adelaide
Boundaries. We got
flu.
boundaries.
So one more bummer news and then some good news. So a tiger in the Bronx Zoo tests positive to COVID-19 after, yeah, exactly, reportedly being exposed to an infected zoo employee.
Really? And I also heard there's a couple of lions too. I did hear about that.
They were having respiratory problems,
Yeah.
but then they only tested the
You know,
tiger.
I saw on the news this last week where this neighborhood called up because there was, did you see it? The kangaroo was coughing.
What?
Maybe you can get that and put it on the show. Ed, show the kangaroo coughing. Did you see that? That kangaroo coughing? I mean, she's
could-
got
I
a
could
deep
put
husky
anything
voice. Okay, coughing. So they actually called up emergency thinking it was coronavirus.
Wow.
And they had a name for this kangaroo, Fred or I forget what they actually named it, kangaroo. And it had this deep cough, you saw it, a deep cough.
Yeah.
And they called them out and they took them forever to tranquilize the thing because they were scared it was carrying coronavirus. True story. You see the video? True story. And so they took it away and they said, no, it just had a chest infection and they released it. A deep cough.
Bit hoarse.
No, it's kangaroo, okay? But no, it's a true story. They
Yes.
tested it for the coronavirus. How can they test it so quickly and it takes us forever to get
Yeah.
tested?
Actually, I read that the test on animals is different to the way they test on humans.
What?
But yet I heard in America they're talking about using animal ventilators for people from the veterinary clinics.
That's intense.
That is intense.
Especially
Okay.
if they deliver it in a tent.
Yeah. Well, okay, there you go. Boom, boom. But seriously, so what did they do to the tigers? Quarantine it?
Yeah, I
14
don't know.
days.
I didn't see.
I mean,
any
is the
further
zoo
info.
even open? I thought you're not allowed to go
I
to
think
zoos.
they're close, but so it was the staff that were concerned and tested.
The staff passed it on
Yeah, a sick staff member passed it.
to an animal.
Yes.
I mean, I thought the whole coronavirus started from the wet markets where wild animals passed it on to humans.
Humans, yeah.
So it's like payback?
Basically, yes.
An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Let's go.
Let's get ourselves a tiger. Okay? That is funny. I mean, you know, but this is not the first disease to come in. Do you remember the Hendra virus? You probably wouldn't know that. But we had a few years ago a virus called the Hendra virus, which people were getting it from horses.
Wow.
Because they had coughing on them and everything else. And they found out that the horses got it from fruit bats because they would poop into their feed troughs and everything else. and the horses ate it. They got the Hendra virus, they called it, and they coughed. A few people died in that area. Here in Queensland, and a lot of horses were died, and people died in that area. It was horrendous. So there is these things that happen. This is what I'm trying to say is that this is
eat poop.
This is not the first time, you know what I mean? And then we had the other thing with, you were with us in China that time when they had that SARS thing, you know what I mean? And
that's right.
we were over in China. My mum was unwell, you know what I mean? And you were sharing a room together, you and my mum.
Yes.
That's right. And I said to my mum, this is a true story, we're in Beijing, and I said to Mum, how'd you sleep? She said, oh, not the best. I said, what was wrong with your bed? She said, I slept in the bathtub. Did she sleep in the bathtub? She slept in the bathtub.
I didn't know
She
until I
slept in the
heard
ba-
about it.
Erica drove her to the bathtub. She slept in the bathtub. She
Dang.
was like 77
prayer
then.
for
She
Andy.
slept in the bathtub. I said, why did you do that for, Mum? She said, I didn't want to disturb Erica.
It was very thoughtful of her.
My mum's a good mum.
She is
Hello, Mum.
wonderful.
You're a good mum.
My
She
mum's good
slept in
too.
the bathtub. Huh? Very
So
nice.
thoughtful.
So thoughtful. Would you do that for your daughter?
Potentially, I don't know. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, we look forward to that very much.
There you go.
What other news do you have?
So one unrelated to coronavirus headline that is kind of encouraging, I think.
Encouraging news is good.
Several wounded, excuse me.
Good news. 7 wounded.
Good news for you. Several people are wounded.
No, but they
Where
were.
does this girl come from? Oklahoma. Via Reading.
Thank you. You got it right.
Go ahead.
But they were wounded, but I said it incorrectly. Several world-renowned koalas rescued from a New South Wales fireground have now returned home, having recovered in the Port Macquarie Koala Hospital.
They're keeping 2 meters apart, right?
I assume so, for
Yeah,
sure.
that was Australia certainly has had a tough run.
Yes, it's been a rough go.
Yeah, let's be serious. I mean, the droughts, the famines, we think of our farmers still who are suffering. And in all seriousness, we really do think of you guys and our hearts. I mean, you know, I can't say I know how it feels because I'm not there. All I can do is say we remember you and we're thinking of you and praying for you, as we should. And then there are the fires. And the fires are this inhumane. They're just, the wildlife, like 1 million animals or something died, and people in the homes, and I just pray all that money gets out to the people who need it, you know what I mean? And that's what I want.
Yes.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, it's almost like everything was against our government getting a positive flow, getting rid of the debt. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like first it's the drought and famine, and they give, yes, we can still make it. Then it's the fire. Well, I think we can still make it.
Yeah.
And then this coronavirus, forget about it. It's all done. And I mean, how'll it go with all these cruise ships right now? I mean, who would want to take a cruise after this? I mean, I already had heebie-jeebies about cruise ships. Does that make sense? I mean, everybody on cruise ships around the world were getting dysentery from everything else. But now they put down that so much has come about through this coronavirus. I mean, like, seriously, it's not about just getting through this time. It's about recovering and seeing them rebuilt. I mean, like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to offer. But, hey, I'm happy for the koalas.
Yes.
Yes.
And the possums.
possums.
You
Yes.
like the possum?
Yeah.
I call him Ed.
Yes.
Okay, so you got that area there. Oh, that's very interesting. Pretty
But
simple.
costume-themed bin outings are going viral in a good way.
Yeah, okay.
Wait.
Costume
Themed bin outings.
What?
Then outing.
Bin outings.
Bin outings.
Bins. So people who are taking their rubbish out or taking their bins out are dressing up. Like there's videos of people dressing up as in the blow-up dinosaurs.
Do we have a picture that we can put up here of somebody dressed
Hopefully
in a
we
costume?
can source
thing?
one.
Yes. If they can't show me a picture on here of someone in a costume-themed bin outing,
Yes.
it shows how limited my friend Ed is. So I want an image
Why
right
would you
right
dress
here.
up to take your bin out?
Because it brings joy to your neighbors, of course.
take-
Who
You're taking
in the
garbage
neighborhood
out.
looks out to, is there a set time you take your bin out?
Well, there should be.
There
So
should
that we
be.
can have joy from taking the bins out.
What time? Well, first of all, we have different bin days.
I know. Well, ours, we took it out yesterday.
So what day is your bin
Actually,
day?
Monday. Sorry, Monday, 2 days
So
ago.
my bin day is Thursday.
Well, the neighbors can all have their own set times.
Well, I'll tell you something, a couple of things I think is good, is that I understand for Anzac Day, April 25th, that they're asking, what day is that on? Saturday?
Yes.
They're asking everybody, and I think it's a good thing, if because we can't do the thing, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. They're asking everybody at 6 a.m. Well, actually, I'll be doing a live feed, so I'll just do a minute silence. They're asking people to go out to the street on the top of the driveway, and so maybe I'll start at 6:15, so I can do that.
That's good.
And they're asking everybody to go out to their driveway and stand on the end of the driveway for a minute silence. You know, I'll put mine back to 6:30 a.m. on Saturday, because I want to do that, because I want to honor and respect all of our Anzacs, those who have served, those who are serving,
Yes.
and those who are back with us right now.
Yes.
And they're asking everybody on Saturday 25th, and I think it's a great thing,
Yeah.
in respect to our Anzacs, to go out at 6 a.m. to your driveway and do a minute silence.
That's so good.
And I'm going to do that.
For our worldwide audience, can you give a brief summary of what Anzac means?
Yeah, that's where it'll be like compared to American Memorial Day.
Yes.
So in America, which I think is May 30th, okay? So over here is our Anzac, Australia, New Zealand Army Corps.
Yes.
Australia, New Zealand Army Corps. And that's where we remember all of our men and women who have served, who are serving, or who have come back from service. And just like the American May 30th Memorial Day, I remember, that's our special day. And so we're asking everybody, it's been announced, because we can't get together for the special time, that at 6 a.m. on Saturday the 25th, to go to your driveway and stand for a minute silence. Could you imagine? That would be extremely moving, I can tell you.
Yes.
Will you do that?
I'll try and get up in time.
I'll call you.
Okay, I like it.
Ed?
Oh yeah, I'll be up. I definitely get up at that time each week.
Yeah, no, I'm up anyhow, but you know, seriously, I want to do that. I'm also asking everybody too, because Friday is Good Friday
Yes.
and Easter, and you know, normally it's one of the bigger days for our Christian calendar, Easter and Christmas.
Yes.
And of course, we'll be doing a live service at 9 a.m. here with communion. But you know what would be great, and your mother-in-law's already done it,
Yes.
is I'm asking everyone to get a palm branch, and just attach it to your letterbox.
Yeah.
So good.
Or if you're in an apartment or a townhouse, just put it onto your front door. And just for the day,
Yeah.
actually I think I'm going to do mine tomorrow, okay? Just as a sign that it's a holy time and remember the Lord. And I think it'll be a good thing. You know, I'm going to put it up there. Actually, I think I'll leave it there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just in the area, and it's just a statement saying that, hey, I am a Christian. And this is a special day for us.
Yes.
And we can't do services as normal, but I'm putting it up there. And it's a challenge. Why don't you do that? I think it'll be great news.
So good.
Well, Erica, it's lovely to have you as always. Very informative, and your jokes and your tricks with Ed needs to be worked on just a little
Yeah,
bit
it was a
more.
bit
We'll
off
get you
this
next
week.
week. We'll get you next
You did
week.
better last time,
Yeah.
okay? But I understand it.
You're prepared for it now.
I'm prepared for it. Well, hang around Ed, you know something's going to happen. Right? So it's going to go there. All right. Well, thank you very much. And Eric, he's very quiet compared to
is.
Ian.
Yeah, what the heck?
Nice sunglasses, though. So why don't you take it away before we come back and finish? Ed,
Hello.
we have done it.
Just so we're clear, I'm Ed
Before
1,
we
this
start.
is Ed 2, okay? I'm
Okay.
Ed 1, okay? You can be called Ed, but he's 2.
Well,
he's
I
Ed
thought
2.
I'd call him Mund.
Mund?
Yeah, Ed Mund.
I'm funny, I'm so funny.
Yeah, well,
Watch
someone
me go
has
be a
to be funny.
comedian.
Someone has to be
Yeah, don't
funny.
quit your day job,
Yeah,
all right?
okay. Well, no, that won't be happening. Pastor is my first call.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good show.
Yeah,
I
it's
enjoyed
good.
myself.
Yeah.
That dance thing was a bit over the top.
Yeah, can we get a replay of that?
We'll do that later. Let's see how you go editing and getting all these things up here. I'm going to be
yeah,
watching.
I'll be ecstatic.
The coughing kangaroo. I'm not coughing at him. I don't have anything. I'm just an example. Yeah. You got to see the coughing kangaroo.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting. And the going out in the bin wearing. So if you had to go on a special outfit to take your bin out, what would you go dressed as?
I'd go dressed as a velociraptor.
A what?
Velociraptor. A dinosaur. Why not? I'll just go as a velociraptor. Why not?
Good night, friends. It has been absolutely wonderful having you here. And we look forward to seeing you next week tonight at Dunamis. Eric?
Here we are tonight to talk life At Dunamis.